Hello and welcome to this tutorial where we're going to look at spring bones and a simple use of spring bones. They're very easy to use, not at all complicated. Everybody can use them. It's just a case of understanding a couple of minor things about how it works. So I'm going to animate a character which is from the Campus Hero collection. And then you bring your character in, and when I look at this particular character, you're going to see that she's got long hair. Let's zoom out in a little bit. Maybe a bit more. There we go. You can see she's got some long hair, and it would be nice if this hair could animate with her head to give that sort of secondary motion that makes everything nice. Now you don't do it in stage mode, you do it in composer mode. So with the item selected, you go to composer mode, and you'll see that the layer panel opens up. So she's there and the layer panel opens up, and obviously I want to be doing things with her hair. Those are the things which got secondary animation. It's possible to do something with her trousers as well, by the way, but we're not going to do that in the moment. What I'm going to do straight away is I'm going to zoom in, because I want to see her head so that I can actually do those animations that are needed. Now if things are in the way, which they are in this particular instance, go back to my selection tool, you can turn them off. So for example, we can just, temporarily, it doesn't actually stay turned off, but this is just while I'm working, I can just turn that off, and I can also turn off that arm. There we go. So those have turned off, and I can see her hair now. Now there are a number of bits of hair. This is her ponytail, for want of a better phrase, and it's got a single bone, this thing up here, and there are additional bits of hair inside the talking head. You can see we've got front hair, which I'll probably want to animate, and also these side bits. And I'd just like to be able to add a little bit of motion to all of these bits and pieces. I'm not going to do the front hair at the moment, so I'm just going to shut that down. We're just going to work on the ponytail to show you how to do the process. And I'm going to click the back hair here. Now, what bits do I want to actually move with secondary motion? So secondary motion is when something moves. So when she turns her head, the hair will sort of sway as she turns her head. And by the way, the bones are up here, and I've actually changed my bone size to 10 because I find they get in the way less. Sometimes you can't see this, and there's a little two-way arrow here that you just click on the arrow and this will come up and you can change it there. Depends on the size of your screen. Okay, so I want to add bones to this bit, but I don't want to have an awful lot of motion in this top bit here. The motion I want is going to be down here. This is the bit that I really want swaying. Not this bit, but this bit. So I need to add bones. I just probably add one here, and then I can add as many as you want down here. It doesn't matter, you don't need to do too many, but it's up to you how you want to work. So with that selected, you can see it's selected over here. I'm going to click the bone tool, and you can see it immediately says add bone. So I can click add bone, and then you can say, where do I want the bones to add? Now, as I say, I don't want a lot to happen at this top bit, so I can click to there. Then I can say, let's just do a few for argument's sake. I don't need to do loads, but let's do a few. Say to there. And then to finish off, you can either right click on your mouse or hit the escape button on your keyboard. I've right clicked on my mouse. And these are all the bones. Okay, and you can see that they've all come in here. And you can click on them and you can see the names of all those bones. Now I just want from there all the way to the end. Okay, so from bone 3 all the way down to bone 3 brackets 8. Okay, those are the bones I want to add to my spring bones. Okay, so now I've done that bit, shut that down and go over and open up the spring bones. And then the first thing I'm going to do, and this is kind of key, you want to group and you've got to assign bones to the group. Okay, these if you do that, everything will work fine. So I just click group, name it. So I'm going to call it ponytail. Okay, there's the ponytail. And I'm going to click on my first bone. You can see it's actually selected here. Notice that include child bones is ticked. So these are the child bones of that one. So they're all bone 3, but you can just see it goes from 0 through to 8. So those are child bones. So all of those will be added if I click that one. If I was to click 3, then 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 would be included, but not the ones above. But I want them all included, so add to group. Then you can see they're all added to the group. Shut the group down. And now you can apply a preset. But already it's animatable. So I can just click preview, and you've got a head item, and you can see already, there you go, it's working. As she moves her head, you've got secondary motion. And you need to decide basically what's right for that particular hair. I was having a bit of a play earlier, and I would say that weight is pretty much important for this one, because if the hair has got some weight, because there's lots of hair there, which this one particularly does, you can see that that would work very well with her as she moves around. Now I'm going to show you the same thing with some of these bangs. I think they're called bangs, these extra bits at the side anyway. I'm going to create bones for those and show you a problem and how to solve the problem. Okay, so I'm going to fast forward just to show you the process, and then I'll come back and explain what the difficulty is. Okay, at this stage I'm going to now carry on and show you inside of composer mode. So I'm going to turn off preview here, and I'm going to show you in stage mode, and I'm going to shut that off. And if I go back to stage mode, you'll see that things start turning back on again, so you can see it's all there. But if I animate the character, so let's go to the face puppet tool, you can see those things are moving. Okay, so that all looks good. I haven't done this bit at the front, I just wanted to show you these ones. Now there is a problem. And this is the problem. If I actually go to animation, and I've got some animation packs. So animation, if I look at this animation pack here, and now there are loads of them, so I actually just can type in here, type walk. There we go. So we got some walks. So we got forward, start, and then we've got walk. So I'm just going to use this standard one. Now you can see that the playhead's at the beginning. If I now do this first one, you'll see her hair, and if I carry on going by clicking the next one, you'll see her hair goes crazy. Okay, so let's take that back to the beginning and show you what the problem is. So I'm just going to move the screen across a bit so we can actually see this from this side. So if I now push play, her hair goes crazy. Okay, let's just do that again, particularly these bits here. Okay, so what you can do is you can actually change the way these behave. So I'm going to again select the item, select her, go back to the spring bones and look at my groups. Now the key here is these presets are just settings for this thing here. So you can change the gravity and what have you. So if I was, for example, take her ponytail and I was to turn the gravity to a positive figure and start to animate her, this would go up. Now you're not going to see that here, you'll only see that inside of composer mode. So I'm just going to pop to composer mode and show you the difference. I'm going to continue. The animation is just going to stay there because they're just motions, and I'm just going to zoom in and just show you the issue. Okay, so if I now go to spring bones now, so just select what you want to select. So I've selected ponytail, and you can click a bone if you want. It's entirely up to you. Then hit preview and you'll see what it looks like. And then if you pull gravity and you actually to go positive, you'll suddenly see everything's going up. So you can see these make a big difference. The speed of its reaction, how quickly it moves, etc., etc. That'll always change when you move things around. Okay, so you can play with those. But what I wanted to show you, not was these ones, you can play with those to your heart's content, is these ones down here. You can limit the amount that the hair can move clockwise and counterclockwise. So really, I could just say move 15 degrees in one direction and 15 degrees in the other direction. Okay, and I can turn off preview now. I've set that particular one. Oh, actually, I need to do that for the other ones as well. So not just for this particular group, but the other ones. So this bang, I want to go 15 degrees. And this is 15 degrees. And the same with this one here. 15. And 15. Okay, so they've all got 15 degrees. Now I'm not going to see that here because she's not moving or walking in this particular place. So all I can do now is go back to stage mode, and we can go and preview the whole thing now. And if you watch her hair now, you'll see it's not moving too much. It is moving, but it's not moving beyond what we can cope with. Let's just take it to the beginning and just pause it fairly early on. So you can see her hair is not going too much. It is moving, clearly it's moving, but but it's not moving too much because we've limited it. And that was really what I wanted to show you. So Spring Bones is actually very easy to use. It's a really powerful tool, but I just wanted to show you that there are tools inside of there to stop you having problems with things just flying over their face and getting out of control. Hope you found this tutorial useful. I'm Andrew Davis. Thanks for watching.